Hello once again, grade 9 students here. Sir Ken here. So, let's continue our lesson on radicals. Let us learn how to simplify radical expressions. So, a radical has been simplified when its radicand contains no perfect square factors. So, for the product property for radicals, we have here square root of AB means square root of A times square root of B. Okay, it's a product property for radicals. Now there are steps to follow in simplifying radicals. Factor the radicand into perfect square if possible. If there is an exponent, make it even by using rules of exponents to take square root of exponent divided by 2. Simplify by taking the square root of perfect squares and leaving non-perfect squares under the radical. So let us simplify square root of 45. Okay, square root of 45 can be written as square root of 9 times square root of 5. Okay, we're going to choose one of the factors of 45 that is actually a perfect square. So we have 9. So that if we're going to get the square root of 9, that's 3. So the answer is 3 square root of 5. So that is how we simplify radicals. So square root of 45 is 3 square root of 5. How about this? Square root of 49x. That's equal to square root of 49 times square root of x by the product property of radicals. So that the square root of 49 is 7 times the square root of x. How about the square root of 52t? That's equivalent to 4 times the square root of 13t. Okay, let us factor 52 in which one of the factors is a perfect square. So we choose 4. So that square root of 4 is 2. So therefore, the answer is 2 square root of 13t. Right? How about this? Square root of x to the 12th power. Okay, x to the 12th power can be written as x to the 6th squared. So that by the laws of radical, we can now cancel the index and this, the exponent. 2 and 2 here means, to be cancelled. So therefore the answer is x to the 6. Or in other words, the meaning here is x to the 6 raised to 2 over 2. Because the index is 2, we have 2 over 2. So 2 over 2 is 1. So it's still x to the 6 the answer. So square root of a variable to an even power is equal to the variable to 1/2 the power. Or in other words, we just divide 12 by the index 2. Okay, 12 divided by the index 2 is x to the 6. Then removing the radical sign. Y to the 88 power, that means we're going to divide 88 by 2, which is 44. Then removing the radical sign, therefore the answer is y raised to the 44th power. Diba? Since here we have x square root of x to the 13th power, since 13 is odd number and the index is 2 even, so we're going to factor this 13 as square root of x to the 12 x raised to 1. So that if we're going to divide 12 by 2 by the index x to the 6 times the square root of x, this is now the answer from here. X to the 12 times square root of x. Square root of x to the 12 times square root of x means x to the 6 square root of x. Okay, that's the answer now. How about this? X to the 27th power. Square root of x to the 27. Again, 27 is odd, so we'll make it x square root of x to the 26 times square root of x. And then square root of x to the 26 is x to the 13th power. 26 divided by 2 is 13. Square root of x. Square root of x cannot be simplified anymore. Yes, ito. Mas madali. Square root of 36 is 6. X to the 8. Square root of x to the 8 is, means you divide 8 by 2. 4. 6x to the 4th. Yun, 6x to the 4th power. 49y raised to the 10th power. That means Square root of 49 is 7. Tapos square root of y to the 10th means you divide, you divide 10 by 2, so 5, y to the 5th power. How about this? 45. Square root of 45 x to the 6th power. That means we're going to first factor 45, 9 times 5. And then yung x to the 6, you divide 6 by 2, that means x cubed. So, ayun. 9x, square root of 9x to the 6 times square root of 5 will be the factors of square root of 45x to the 6. Yes, 9 times 5 is 45. So from here, square root of 9 is 3, square root of x to the 6 is x cubed, square root of 5. How about square root of 50 y to the 7th power? That means, okay, since 7 is an odd, we're going to factor this as y to the 6 and y. Also with 50, we're going to factor this as 25 and 2, so that one of the factors is perfect square, which is 25. If you get the square root of 25, that's 5. So the answer is 5y cubed square root of 2y. Diba? 5y cubed square root of 2y. How about square root of 48y to the 9? Okay, how? Again, we're going to factor y to the 9. That means y to the 8 and y. And for 48, we're going to factor this also 16 and 3. Yun. Diba y yan? 9. Parang wrong yung answer natin dito. The answer is 4y squared square root of 3y. Correct. If this is dapat, okay, we cannot edit this anymore, no, because it's in picture form, so there's a mistake here. So let's just change this as 5, right? So instead of 9, we're going to change this by 5, so that the factors are y to the 4th and y. And then yung 48, 16 times 3, so therefore the answer is square root of 16, 4, square root of y to the 4th, 4 divided by 2, y squared, square root of 3y. Is the answer. So dapat 5 yun para ganito yung answer. Okay, square root of 48y to the 5th power. Next, square root of 80. Okay, think of two factors. So in one of the factors, perfect square. What are the factors? 16 and 5. Yun, diba? So we will write here. We will write like this: square root of 16y to the 16 times square root of 5. Yes, 16 times 5 is 80. Okay, we will not factor anymore y to the 16 because 16 is an odd number. We can now divide 16 by 2, the index. So the answer is 6. Okay, square root of 16 is 4. Square root of y to the 16 is y to the 8. So 4y to the 8 times square root of 5. And for this, in okay, square root of quantity y minus 3 to the 36 power, we will divide 36 by 2. That's 18. Y minus 3 quantity 8. Quantity y minus 3 raised to 18th power. Okay, first we're going to factor the quadratic trinomial, which is 2 times quantity x squared plus 10x plus 25. And from this part, we can factor this again. Square root of 2 times the factor of x squared plus 10x plus 25 is quantity x plus 5 squared. So, okay, the square of this, we're going to cancel the exponent and the index, which is 2. So the answer is x plus 5, quantity x plus 5 square root of 2, or square root of 2 times the quantity x plus 5. That's the answer. Another square root of y squared plus 6y plus 9. First factor it. That's equivalent to y, quantity y plus 3 squared. So the answer is y plus 3. Absolute value of y plus 3. How about this? Square root of 4 is 2, and square root of x plus 5 raised to 10 is x plus 5 raised to the 5th power. 2 quantity x plus 5 raised to the 5th power. Square root of 4, 2. Square root of x plus 5 raised to 10, x plus 5 quantity raised to the 5th power. How about this? That's first factor 50, 25 times 2. And this one, we're going to factor. One of the factor is y minus 7 quantity raised to 8, and the other one is y minus 7. Yun, 25 times 2 is 50, and the other one is y minus 7 quantity raised to 8. Dito naman y minus 7 quantity. So we can now simplify it. Square root of 25, that is 5. Ito naman y minus 7 raised to 8. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So divide natin. So therefore yung exponent nito is magiging 4. Yan, 5 times the quantity y minus 7 raised to 4 times the square root 2 times quantity y minus 7. Okay, 36. Square root of 36 is 6, so we'll just factor x cubed. That means square root of 36x squared times square root of x. So square root of 36, 6. Square root of x squared, x. So ang natira sa radical sign is square root of x. Square root of 448, x to the 4th, y to the 7th power. Square root of, okay, let's first factor 448. 4 times 112y. Okay, since the exponent of y is 7, add numbers, so factor din natin. Y to the 6 and y. So for this, we have 2x squared y cubed. Just divide the exponents. Exponent of 4 is, it can be written as 2 squared, so kaya 2. Or simply square root of 4 is 2. Okay, but still we can factor 112, which is 4 times 28. So square root of 4 is 2. So multiply naman na ngayon yung 2 sa 2, magiging 4. Still we can factor 28, which is 4 times 7. And square root of 4 is 2. So meaning 2 times 2 times 2 is yung 2 times 2 times 2 is 8x squared y cubed square root of 7y. That's the final answer. 8, you know. Or in short, 64 times 7 yung factors nito para minsanan ka na lang mag-factors. So 64 times 7 is 448. So that 8x squared y cubed square root of 7y. So for your assignment, page 493 to 44, even numbers. Thank you very much for listening. This lesson is all about simplifying radicals. I'll see you in our next lesson. Goodbye.